Welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after it's just been announced that they are re-signing running back Leonard Fournette on a one-year deal up to $4 million. But before getting to that topic, question for those of you viewing, comment down below, who do you think is the greatest Buccaneers defender in franchise history? Do you want to go with the linebacker Derek Brooks? Do you want to go with Warren Sapp, Rondé Barber, John Lynch? A lot of your pick is probably going to roll back to that 2002 team, but really you could pick a guy from today, Shaq Barrett, JPP, whoever it is, comment it down below and I'll reveal my answer at the end. But getting to this topic, I'm pretty surprised that the Buccaneers re-signed Leonard Fournette. I'm a Bucs fan, and so I'm happy with the move, but I am surprised just because in our backfield we have Ronald Jones, who's a young dude who has a lot of talent and he's only getting better, but now, so I thought, well, yeah, Leonard Fournette, that'd be nice to bring him back, but given the money and I didn't know what he would cost, I thought the Bucs would be fine with him moving off of the team and going elsewhere where he could get a bigger paycheck. But Leonard Fournette seems to be happy with the $4 million deal, and I'm happy as well. I mean, Leonard Fournette is a big part of our success last year in the postseason. You got the nickname Playoff Lenny. That's a great reason why we went on a Super Bowl run. Not everything was dependent on him, but it was definitely a factor. And overall, outside of Leonard Fournette, they added Ndamukong Suh back, they got Gronk back, they got Chris Godwin back, they got Shaq Barrett back, they got Lavonte David back. I don't know obviously there's Antonio Brown out there. He's the only question mark left, but I'm happy with what they have done so far. I mean, looking at the offense, you now have a backfield with two great backs. If one goes down, it's not ideal by any means, but it's not like your run game is absent completely. You got Leonard Fournette and Rojo in the backfield. In the receiving core, you got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Scotty Miller, Tyron Johnson, you got Robert Gronkowski, you got Cameron Brate, you got O.J. Howard, you got, of course, the GOAT under center, Tom Brady. You got a good offensive line. Tristan Wirfs panned out to be great. You re-signed Donovan Smith. And then on the defense, that's probably, in my opinion, the Buccaneers have a top 5 defense in the NFL. I mean, I could probably name, their starting 11 is probably William Golston, JPP, Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, that's 5, Lavonte David, Devin White, Jordan Whitehead, Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, and Antoine Winfield Jr. That's a good starting 11 that I don't want to say they're the number one defense in the NFL. I mean, of course, you got the Rams and Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and a healthy 49ers out there, but I think the Steelers, the Colts are pretty good. The Browns are getting there. Washington's good. There's great defenses out there, but I definitely think the Bucs is top 5. They were really top 5 at the end of the year last year, and we saw in the postseason how successful that Buccaneers defense was. And now that they have the win under the belt, they have better chemistry. This team is going to go to the next level. I think having the chemistry of winning together is really going to up their game, and just getting everyone back on that field. Devin White, Lavonte David, one of the best linebacker dudes in the NFL. Devin White's only 22, 23. Lavonte David's one of the most athletic linebackers. Shaq Barrett's one of the best pass rushers. And when he gets double teamed, that opens it up for JPP. And Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea are absolute run stoppers. And then on offense, you might have a top 5 offense. You got a great backfield. You got a good offensive line. You got the best quarterback of all time. And the receiving core, like I said, the only thing that could get better for this Bucs team at this point in time is re-signing Antonio Brown. I mean, and at this point, we're just being greedy. I was happy getting Chris Godwin, Lavonte David, and Shaq Barrett back. I mean, those are our big 3. And as Bucs fans, we're really lucky to get, the smaller names that we weren't really sure what were going to happen, like Ndamukong Suh, Robert Gronkowski, and now Leonard Fournette. We're really lucky those panned out as well, in addition to the 3 big ones in Godwin, Barrett, and David. Antonio Brown is the only question mark left. And to me, I've said it before, and I'm saying it several more times, I seriously think this Bucs team, having 3 tight ends in Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, and O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard are each due for about $6.5 million this year. And if they release one of them, the Bucs save that $6.5 million. And to me, they'll be looking to do that and possibly use that $6.5 million to sign a guy like Antonio Brown. I like O.J. Howard, and I seriously think he's never reached his max potential, and I think he could go somewhere, be a great tight end. But the Bucs won it without him last year because he was hurt pretty much the whole year, so they clearly don't need him. I still think he'd be useful, but clearly he is not a necessity, so I could see them releasing him and using that money to bring in Antonio Brown, who I'd love to see. I mean, just overall, if you bring back Antonio Brown, that might be the best receiving core in the NFL. There was already that argument last year, but everyone knows Mike Evans, that's your go up and get it guy. Antonio Brown, it's kind of almost like, you can make the argument he's your 3rd best receiver, and who would have thought Antonio Brown would be the 3rd best receiver on a football team. But just because we still don't know how good he can be, at the end of the year he started to click things together, but can we see him get on the right track and be who he used to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he's like a top 2 receiver in the league. I'm not sure. When you got Tom Brady throwing the football to you, anything is possible. And then, of course, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, one of the more underrated receivers in the NFL. Very quick, very fast. And then, Rob Gronkowski is going to be a red zone target, your touchdown type of dude. Same with Cameron Brate if they keep him. And even if they manage it all, bring in the Tony Brown and keep O.J. Howard, that is, I seriously think, on paper, the best receiving core in the NFL. You have a top 10 running back duel in the NFL between Rojo and Leonard Fournette. No, they're not Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt by any means, but they're up there in top duels in the league. There's Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines from the Colts. There's Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins from the Ravens. A lot of good running back duos out there, but I think the Bucs are right up there with the top ones 100% in my opinion. I think this team is going places. I think they're going back-to-back. On paper, they're probably the best team in the NFL. It won't be easy to get to the Super Bowl again. Back-to-backs rarely happen in the NFL. It's just a rare thing. It doesn't occur like it used to. I don't want to say used to. It just doesn't occur. The last time it happened was Tom Brady, and that was back in 2003 and 2004. It does not happen often, but if it's one guy to do it again, it would be Brady. There's really no holes on this team. If in the NFL draft, the only thing I could see you adding is maybe an extra corner, maybe an extra offensive lineman. Nothing that is a necessity just to add more depth. I'd like to see him add an extra top corner, but you still have Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy-Bunting. It's not like they're struggling. They did just fine and they helped win the Super Bowl last year. So the Bucs are not hurting on any aspect of this football team. You got the coaching staff, Bruce Arians, and you didn't lose a single coordinator in Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, and Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator. This Bucs team is spotless. I really am banking, and I'm really very confident in them at least getting an NFC Championship appearance. And I think if I had to put money on the line, if I was forced to bet, I would bet on the Bucs to win back-to-back and go all the way. I'm very confident in this team, and they are missing nothing. And I just think at this point, Antonio Brown is coming back. There's no way they get everyone and don't bring back AB. I just think maybe if this was different and Sue signed elsewhere, Leonard Fournette went elsewhere, you'd be like, all right, this team is falling apart just a little bit. But at this rate, there's no way he doesn't come back at this current pace. But we will have to see. Comment down below, of course, what you guys think will happen. Is AB coming back? What does this Leonard Fournette move mean? And of course, who's the greatest Bucs defensive player all time? Me, it'd have to go to Brooks, one of the best linebackers to ever do it. Pretty easy answer from me. But thanks for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.